watching Thrifty Kniffy. Hello everyone and welcome to Thrifty Kniffy. Well, today we're going to be looking at another old-timer knife. This one from the Heritage series. This was brought to us by American Outdoor Brands, so I want to thank them for providing this for review. This is model number 1135990. This is the 94 OTH from the Heritage series. This is the Trapper model. And we're going to take a quick look at the box here. You've got the D2 stainless blades, built for generations. Some specs on the back here, and just a hang style packaging with the window there. So what are we looking at? We're looking at the Trapper. Again, the 94 OTH. And this one measures 3 3/4 inches closed. We've got a gray Packwood style handle. And the hexagonal shield is, I believe, the first series of knives they started beginning to use that shape of shield, the rebranding process. Now it's on the standard old-timer knives, but it's a little different design. Actually, this just says old-timer. The other one has a little more to it. But you've got some nice nickel silver pins and bolsters, very smooth transitions here. Those pins are very well ground down. You'll notice that the pins on the Heritage series are in the middle here are flush, whereas on the standard series you generally have a little bit of a proud pin there on purpose. But these are all ground down. Really good shape to that handle. Looks like definitely looks like a Trapper to me, and very stylish design. But yeah, everything's well inlaid here. The pins are smooth. The transitions to the bolsters are nice. We have a good color match on the backside, pile side of the knife. Everything seems very smooth on this side as well. So very well built handles. Let's take a look at the springs. What do I see here? Well, everything looks pretty tight there. You've got brass liners and the stainless steel springs. And the corners of the handles seem very good. You do have just a minor amount of gapping right here. I don't know if that's even visible. It's very minor. Right along that edge there, you can just make out a little bit of a gap. Again, very, very minor, so I'm not going to let that worry me. We're looking at a $30.68 knife from Chicago Knife Works. So just shy of $31 for this guy. And what upgrades do you get over the normal knife? Well, you get that nice Packwood handle and in the upgraded shield there. Also have these two D2 stainless steel blades. They're mirror polished. And so let's first take a look at the clip point blade. You can see it just has a nice clean nail nick. And that mirror finish on the blade. There's a look at the blade edge. Looks like it's fairly well straight. Pretty even across the length of the blade. No swedging over here, and this is a very nice thin Skinner style blade. Pretty attractive clip point blade, if I do say. And has a really nice tip on it. If we look at the tang stamp, it just says old timer. And then it has some date code there, I think 0921, I believe it is, if I'm reading that correctly. See if I can get the light on there correctly. There we go. Old timer. And there's a look at the blade edge here and here. Other side of the blade, we just have 94 OTH, and then below it gives you the blade steel, which is D2. Again, this from the Heritage series, so just a step up from standard style knives. And got a good pull on this. I'd say it's right at 7. So good walk and talk. Pretty happy with that. That's a really attractive main blade. Yeah, I do like that main blade a lot. And good pull on it. It's got the 2 springs, so each one has its own spring, each blade. Let's take a measurement of the blade here and see what we have. So to the tang, about 3 1/8 just shy of 3 1/4. So that is not going to be UK legal, I don't believe, unless you count the cutting edge, which they generally are supposed to, from my understanding. But trying to convince the copper that that's how you measure is the problem. So you've got like a 2 3/4 inch cutting edge, and that would definitely qualify. But again, it's going to be one of those ones where you're going to have to argue for your right to carry it. If you're not really willing to do that, then maybe want to stay away from this if you're in the UK, because it does go over 3 1/4 on the tank, or 3 1/8 anyway. Yep. So just shy of 3 1/4. All right. So the spay blade. Take a close look at that guy. This is not the style blade that I'm very much attracted to, but nevertheless, this is a trapper, and that's what you're going to find on this blade. Mirror polish, nice clean nail neck there at the end, so it's easy to open, and you have easy access to it when it's closed. I'll give you a better look at that in just a second. There are the blade edges, and maybe a little bit of a heavy grind on that side, but a little heavy on this side too, so it kind of evens out. But if you have, if it closed, you can see the nail neck access there, so pretty easy to get hold of. And that one's got a nice pull on it too, maybe just slightly lighter than the other blade, but it has a very good snap on the close. I'd say it's maybe about a 6 1/2 on this side. Take a measurement on that, and you can see it's about the same size as the main blade, about 3 1/8. This one has a cutting edge 3 3/4, or excuse me, 2 3/4. So yeah, pretty similar in both respects to the main blade. But yeah, a little lighter on the pull on the open, but still has a good snap. Maybe just slightly lighter, 6 1/2 on the pull on that secondary blade. But yeah, again, you get the D2 steel on this one. And the mirror polish blades, you generally have satin finish on the standard style knives, so a few little upgrades there. A little better handle material maybe than your saw cut Delrin or whatever, but a lot of people do like the saw cut Delrin, so it's going to come down to preference, I suppose, in terms of the handle material, whether you like it more or not. But it seems to be a very solidly built knife. A little more expensive. Again, it's like about $31, $30.68 on Chicago Knife Works. Whereas you're probably going to pay, I don't know, maybe $22, something in that neighborhood. So probably about $5 to $7 higher than the standard knife. Now, that's kind of up to you to decide whether you feel it's worth it or not. But it's very well built. Pretty happy with their choice of handle material, and I think the blades are very well polished, have a nice finish to them, seem to be evenly ground, which isn't always the case with all the old timers you'll find. We do a little cut test on this, just kind of give you an idea. Of course, with that D2 blade steel, you won't have to sharpen it quite as often. So you got a nice cutting edge on that. It's getting right through that paper without any issue. Pretty happy with the edge sharpness on it. Good pull on both blades. Seems snappy. Easy access. No issues getting to the nail nicks. Just the only reason I might not buy it is just because I'm not a huge fan of the trapper. But again, I am more than happy to say that this is a well-built knife. And if you are a trapper fan, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't like this. Get the upgrade in the steel. I think it's probably worth it for the $7. So I'd give this a thumbs up. And I hope you guys enjoyed my review. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be made aware of videos when they drop. We'll see you next time. Take care.